Hello everyone and welcome to episode 2 of the Fantasy Renaissance series, a series wherein I rediscover my love for the fantasy genre. In the last episode, I read The Burning God, a book that I've been putting off for months. I also reread one of my favorites, which was She Who Became the Sun, as well as the gorgeous novella The Six Deaths of the Same. Can't say that any better. It's hard to pronounce. Anyway, for today's episode, I'm taking you out for coffee, food, and people watching while reading fantasy books. Because if you can't touch grass, at least you can live vicariously through me. Kidding aside, I socialized so much in this one. Anyway, while I wait for my friends, let's read Dance of Thieves in a cafe first.
Don't want to contravene. Take what we got off the screen. I kinda like the old team. Let's stick to ones and O's. I hate to break binary code. We'd make the system overload. I can't decrypt it all, but our software's uncompatible. Let's keep it digital. Let's keep it digital.
Hello everyone, so this is part 2 of my Touching Grass series, but really it's my Fantasy Renaissance series. So today I'm actually reading Dance of Thieves, which I'm very excited about. So this is a fantasy series about a prince and this girl who is a thief, thus the title Dance of Thieves. So this is one of Haley Pham's, I think, favorite fantasy series, duology. And yeah, I'm just super excited about this. I think this is one of my most excited about books in 2023 just because of the plot. I mean, the premise, and if you can hear a lot of birds, you're right, those are birds. But yeah, so I'm just waiting for my friends. We're going to have a picnic, and I'm in kind of an isolated area in campus, so I'm scared, but not really because it's still the afternoon. So yeah, anyway, I'm the first one here because I'm crazy and I didn't just wait for them at Starbucks where there's a lot of people. Anyway, very excited about this. Gonna read this. I don't even know if you can hear me, but I hope you can. So yeah.
Oh baby, first you make your dough and you roll out the crust. While we're working on the lattice, I'm my butter, yeah. Number two, you mix the berries and the sugar into a pot. Don't you worry, baby, I got sugar for you. You just believe me, it'll turn out fine. When we're making blackberry pie.
I keep having to reread pages because it's kind of confusing. Is this high fantasy? Maybe it is. Maybe that's why it's hard to understand. Or maybe I'm just distracted. But so far it's very interesting and I'm excited to know more because right now I know nothing. I'm at page 12. But yes, just know that you might be like me and have to reread a lot of passages. Crunch the crunch.
When I wake up in my bed, same old roof over my head, you will never hear me complain. Cause it's just a second long walk to my favorite place on the block, where I always go to escape. So I'll never need.
And And then I spent an unbelievable amount of time at the Feb Fair. So this is the February fair that is conducted or like done in our town, and for the past few years there's been no Feb Fair because of the pandemic. Obviously, my last one was 2020, just before the pandemic hit. So everyone was so excited to have the Feb Fair. Also, there are some college students or university students who haven't even been to one because of the pandemic. So there was so many people. And I stayed at the Feb Fair for so long. So this was 3 p.m. I think. I arrived at 3 p.m. and then I left at like 10 p.m. So that's what, 7 hours. And yeah, at first it was fine. I was living my life eating some tteokbokki and some mango shake. Obviously, those are like so delicious foods. What even is grammar? I'm remembering the yumminess of it all. But yeah, anyway, I spent that time there. I have my book, obviously, because I'm always prepared. I have Dance of Thieves. And then the reason that I was here actually was because my parents were at the hospital and they didn't know when they were going to be finished. So I just stayed here, and obviously it took too long and I was there until 10 p.m. I didn't go home because the traffic was so bad. It's because, as I said, it's the first Feb Fair in a while and everyone just went. And there was no way that I would find parking space or that I would not be stuck in traffic. So I just stayed here and read my book. I read a lot actually while I was there. And then I also was reading Once Upon a Broken Heart. Is that the title? The Caraval spin-off series. So yeah, I was just there, people watching and reading my book and just living life. Yep. Come to you bright and early on a Thursday morning, and I'm here to talk about Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. So I finished this early this morning, so I was in bed and I was reading it. And first of all, I gave it 3 stars, which is generous because I didn't really enjoy it, and I'm so sad that I didn't love it because I'm someone who loves the night circus and I love just flowery writing, and just some people might call it too much writing, but for me I really enjoy that. But this one, I thought this would have the night circus vibes. It would have this whimsical and magical, amazing element to it with fantastic writing. However, that was not the case. I was so like I got taken out of the story a lot because of the writing of this one, which was so unfortunate. So essentially, this book is about this girl who comes to this fate. A fate is kind of like a god or someone evil or cunning who's basically they're not human. And so she comes to this fate begging him to help her because her boyfriend is getting married to her stepsister, something like that. And then she sees herself in this situation wherein the fate did something that was not her plan. So she's in this situation where she's like a statue or something. And yeah, fast forward, she is not a statue anymore and she goes to the north, which is like an area in their kingdom, I believe, like the northern side. And the north is a mysterious place with fairy tales for history and just like something mysterious. Yeah, literally, that's what the North is. She's going there for this event wherein the prince is going to pick his wife. And so, yeah, basically, throughout the whole story, she works or she interacts with the fate who is the prince of hearts named Jax, which that in itself is kind of confusing because he's a Prince of Hearts and then he's also Jax, which can be like another card. I don't know if that has any significance after like the first book. Not sure, but confusing. Anyway, she interacts with this person and basically their bargain is that she has to kiss three people and until she doesn't hold up her end of the bargain, she has to work with Jack. Something like that. Yes. It's hard to say because then I'd be spoiling stuff. Anyway, again, I was not happy with the writing. It made it even more confusing to absorb it and to just be immersed in the world. You kind of are distracted by the writing and you're like, huh? And then that's it. You're not in your fictional world anymore. Anyway, some examples. I have them highlighted. So this is one. He looked like a bad decision some unfortunate person was about to make. I mean, I guess it's quotable, it's creative. However, I was just like, huh? Another one. Months ago, on a damp, blustery day, when rain clouds did battle with the sun and the clouds came out victorious. Ma'am, just say it's cloudy. I mean, mm, the ending, I don't know. I don't know how to fix that sentence, but I love flowery writing, but that just feels kind of forced. It's like the author, while writing, it was like, yes, this is creative. This is something that people will quote after they read it. I'm not sure. Just doesn't work for me. And then, oh yeah, this was just weird for me. She hadn't meant to plan a wedding before the stormy afternoon. She hadn't even thought about marrying blank. She was only 16 then. She wasn't ready to be a wife. You don't say. She's 16. Nobody's ready to be a wife at 16. Just strange. And then, only night and her moon watched. Her moon? Or the moon? Or how can the night watch? Just stuff. And then okay, this is just a funny one. After I got mauled by the wolf, my scars weren't sexy scars. Sexy scars. Yep. Yep. And then, another one. The corner of his mouth twitched as he slowly slid his pale hands through the bars of the gate and broke the lock in half. It could have been a twig, a piece of paper, or her. See, that could have worked if the author didn't put a piece of paper. Because then I imagine the guy broke the lock like that. So if it's a twig, it works. But if it's paper, like, I don't understand. And then they were dilated to nearly full black and somehow still as bright as broken stars. She's talking about eyes, everyone. The guy's eyes. How can it be full black and still bright? I mean, I guess she's saying that his eyes still have a spark. I'm confused. And then there's a prophecy. Okay, as a person who have read Percy Jackson, I have had my fair share of prophecies, even if it's literally like a middle grade, so the prophecies are not like Greek myth, ancient text level, but this one takes the cake for the weirdest prophecy I've read. So, this arch may only be unlocked with a key that has not yet been forged. Conceived in the north and born in the south, you will know this key because she will be crowned in rose gold. She will be both peasant and princess, a fugitive wrongly accused, and only her willing blood will open the arch. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like I'm being nitpicky with the writing, but that's just because I want you to understand the parts that I didn't understand. But yeah. Also, the characters are so strange. Like, this main character she's just there and she's being swayed by everything. Every event, sorry. Like, every event, she's just there. And her actions just react to everything that happens. And it's like she doesn't have a choice in the matter. She just is being swayed in the wind like a bamboo. And she just doesn't have, I feel like she just doesn't have her own her own will and actions. Anyway, verdict. I gave it 3 stars because I did enjoy some parts of it, but a lot of it annoyed me as well. And I'm someone who rates very high, I think. So, yeah. That's Once Upon a Broken Heart. So now I only have Dance of Thieves to read to finish. I'm more than halfway through that. And I will talk to you guys when I have thoughts. For now, I'll just eat my yogurt and my coffee and just recover from this book. Hello everyone, so I regret to inform you that I still haven't finished Dance of Thieves and it's been a few more days now and I don't think I'm going to be finishing it this week, so I'm just going to end the vlog here and hopefully I'll be able to talk about Dance of Thieves in the next episode of the Fantasy Renaissance series. So if you're looking forward to that, please let me know in the comment or stay tuned in my next uploads. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
정말 감사합니다.